他们赶不下来。
而且公鹿母鹿是不是不能放在一个笼子里？会不会打起来啊？
他们外边就在这儿，然后公鹿在这里边，不让他们在一起。
那我们要不要走到一半有信号吗？
只有这儿有信号。辛苦3位了。
鹿下来的时候还，哎呦，那有一个爬上去了。
哦。
有一个。他等会儿一定要下来的。
哦。他自己会下来吗？
对，母鹿来。
哦。公鹿马上要兴奋了，怎么办呀？
你看，一个个都跟着你。
哈哈，太可爱了吧！哈哈。
无服务了现在。无服务了。
怎么又没了？
收不到家乡那个将项目开始了。
那个母鹿就在这儿。
对，别进去，就在这边。但我不知道有没有。Hi everyone, good morning. Can you hear me? Please let me know if you can hear me and say yes in the comment section. My name is Lucy and thank you so much for watching today's very special live stream. Today we are in the Zika deer base in the Ziding village in Daocheng County, and today we are going to show you some magical Zika deer that has brought fortune into this village. So let's take you through how this story would unfold. Please, if you can hear me, please reply yes. If you can't, let me know as well. And we are very excited to see those beautiful Zika deer in front of me. Let me take a few photos as well. They are absolutely gorgeous. So this group here that we can see are female Zika deers. Zika deer is spelled Z-I-K-A, Zika deer. They are quite popular in Asia as well. Especially, wow, can you see this deer is going up the mountain? They are so amazing. So this group of the deer that we can see are the female deers. In the base, they have altogether 70 Zika deer female population. So let's go and follow them up the mountain and have a look. What these deers are eating right now are corn kernels. They are not just any type of corn kernels. These corn kernels are dried and the corn are especially made from the local county. So in the local county, people grow a lot of corns and at the same time they can sell it to this base, which helps them find a revenue to sell their corns, which is quite amazing. Let's have a look. Deer going up the mountains, how amazing is that? How many of these deers can you count? They go up the mountain from that entrance. so we can go a little bit, maybe not closer because our internet is challenged today, but we can go from here to check out how the deer goes up the mountain. Hello to everyone who's watching. Very sorry that today, because of the signal problem, we can't see all of your comments, but rest assured, when this live stream finishes, we will reply to all of your comments as much as you can. This is a herdman for the deer, and he is feeding them corn kernels. You can see, let's get close. No, let's not get closer, but maybe Leah can zoom, 放大, zoom to see how this beautiful little deer is enjoying its meal of the day. How do you think about these beautiful deers, guys? You can let us know. They are a lot better at climbing up the mountain than us. So you can see this mountain slope is quite steep. But they went up effortlessly, and during the same time looking for grass or any type. So you can see, after hearing the sound of the herdsman, this deer came in to eat some more of the corn kernels. Altogether, in this area, we have 70 Sika deers, female population, and in front of me over there are the male population of Sika deers. They are put separately, and I guess you know the reason why. Also, it is such an amazing place with beautiful villages. You can see the cloud is hanging low on the middle of the mountain range. So guys, you can see that the herdsman wearing the blue jacket is spreading some corn kernels to the deers, and some deers came down from the mountains to look for some food, but some is still up the mountain. I think we have one deer inside the river stream. Welcome to this very special live stream by China Plus. My name is Lucy, and Leah is behind the camera, and we are here to find out how those beautiful Sika deers brought fortune to the villages of the Ziding village. Ziding village is spelled Z-I-D-I-N-G, Ziding. That's the name of the village. It is located in Sichuan province, southwest of China. This village is %19 of Tibetan ethnic minority groups, and because of its harsh environment, it is very hard to build roads, electricity, tap water, or internet in this village. So this village used to be a village of extreme poverty. However, in China, we had the poverty alleviation policy that by the end of this year, the government is vowing and making a lot of effort to try to eliminate all extreme poverty of all China. And this deer base is one of the strategies that used to help the villages getting some income. In the year 2016, this deer base has been built, and they have imported 50 male deers and 70 female, or 120 altogether, trying to find ways of growing the deer and trying to increase income for the people here. So how they did it, we will continue telling you throughout the live stream. So now they are feeding some water to the female deers. You can see the deer are following the second herdsman really closely. They do love their cones. And I'm hoping that the closer he gets to us, the closer the deer can get to the camera. And in a minute, I will tell you about the feature of the Zika deer and how they're different from all the other types of deer as well. Amazing. So now we have had a good look at the female deer. Let's see if this one can get very close to us. Let's see if this one can get close to us, and we are going into the male deer center. So in this center, they have 70 female deer and 50 male deer. And now, the ones we can see are male deers. And let's see if we can enter one of these centers to get a closer look at the male deers. And I'll tell you about the features of the special Zika deer. So let's come in. Actually, we've let our phone come in so that you can get a better look. The feature of the Zika deer is they have some dotted spots. The head is usually smaller, and the tail is even smaller. If you are lucky to get to see one of these deers, you can see their tail is quite small. And now the herdsmen are trying to clean. They're cleaning the deers and giving them some food. So you can get a look at both sides of the Zika deer. In China, we have a poetic name of the Zika deers. We call them Meihualu, which translates to cherry blossom deers. The reason we're calling it cherry blossom deers is because the white dot looks like little sprinkles of cherry blossom on their bodies. What's interesting is in wintertime, this deer will get gray fur all over. However, in summer and springtime, their fur will become this beautiful color. And you can see that the herdsman is really having a beautiful bond with his deer. And you can tell that he loves his job. So let me continue telling you about how this beautiful Zika deer has helped the villagers coming out of poverty. The 3 herdsmen that you can see employed in this deer center are both from extreme poverty households. 2 of them are more than 50 years old, and one of them, the younger one, actually is having an amputated leg. So he was coming into poverty from his illness. After he had an accident, he couldn't work anymore. So the government established this deer center and employed all of these 3 villagers into this place and taught them how to help maintaining and nurturing the deers, and taught them how to manage their deer business every day. So these herdsmen now, every month they can get a steady income of 3,000 yuan. And other than this stable stream of income, they would also be able to get some other allowance from the government as well. So let's come a little bit closer. The deers were imported here from the other side of China. However, because of its beautiful high altitude environment and clean water, the deer in this center actually is growing better than where it was imported. And after they finish feeding the deer, after they're fed, all of the deer will be sent up to the mountains. So for a whole day, they can go wherever they want in the mountain, and by dusk, before sunset, they know when to come back. How beautiful are these deer? 现在把鹿赶回去吗？不能。哦，就是吃完了不是会把鹿放上山吗？
对，但是因为母鹿去交配了不行。
哦，好，那没关系。So these are the 2 herdsmen that is working here, and let's talk to them a little bit. 您好，请问您贵姓？
多多。
多多。So this is 多多，在这里工作多长时间了
3年。
3年 ，and he has worked here for 3 years. 这些鹿喜不喜欢？
喜欢。
喜欢。And he said he loves his deer very much. 谢谢您。您在这里工作多长时间了
不知道，1年。
2年。So he's worked here. This gentleman has worked here for 2 years, and you can tell that he didn't understand Mandarin too much because he's of Tibetan ethnic background and he speaks Tibetan language and the local Sichuan dialect. 这个鹿好不好养啊？好养。So they said the deers are not so hard to maintain. 你们现在就是生活是不是比以前幸福多了？
对，幸福多了。
幸福多。And they said that their lives are much happier than before. So we are going to give them some good wishes, and you can say Tashi dialect to them as well. 谢谢。下面你们还会和鹿做什么东西吗？
现在打扫卫生。
好，可以打扫一下给我们看一下。谢谢。So now 我们自己进不去是吧？危险。OK， 好的。打扫可以打扫卫生。So now they are going to clean the center of the male deer and show us how they usually clean it. Let's have a look. Every day they clean it twice. You can see there are two centers. One is over here, one is over there. Mostly they would clean the poop of the deer. The poop of the deer. And we have a female one coming here to say hello to us as well. Not sure if we can get closer, maybe not. Okay, they're a bit scared of us, so we'll not try to get closer. Some of you might be wondering why we chose to start a deer center in this village. The reason is, first of all, deer are easier to maintain. They're easier to maintain and they're a very clean type of animal. Second, they are of very high commercial value. That's why they decided to start a deer center in this poverty-stricken village to help change lives. They're of high commercial value because, first of all, tourists, visitors in this area love to come and have a look at the deer. They're a rare animal to see anywhere else, and they're not a normal sort of farm animal either. So they can pay an entry ticket to come and have a look at the deer, because otherwise we could only see them on TV or in books. Second of all, in traditional Chinese medicine, parts of the deer are actually of very high medicinal value. So the deer are here also for research purposes to see whether 3 herdsmen of the deer. This one over here, they're all of Tibetan ethnic background. The one on our far right is the oldest. He is almost 60 years old, and he is using a spray to clean the floor of the deer center. And the one that spoke to me most in Mandarin is of 40 years old, and he's the one with the amputated leg. Wondering whether you can see, but he is now walking quite well. And this guy on our left is 55 years old. His Mandarin is not that good. He speaks mostly Tibetan language and local dialect of Sichuan. And he's very kind, but also shy to appear in camera. So guys, the first half of this live stream, we are going to show you the beautiful deer. But because the signal is not ideal in here, the second part of the live stream, we are going to take you around on the road to show you the beautiful scenery of this area. Okay guys, just checking whether you can hear me again. So after looking at these beautiful deers, we are going to drive to the highest point of this village, and we'll show you a bird's eye view of the beautiful village of Ziding. Going up the village requires a 5-minute car ride, but the view is totally worth it. So remember to stay with us during the car ride, and we will tell you how long it will take. Usually only 5 minutes. And guys, this is Lucy and Leah reporting to you from China Plus. So remember to like and share as much as you can. So let's 谢谢，再见，可以了，再见，辛苦了，再见，再见，辛苦了，拜拜，再见。So guys, we're going to say goodbye to these beautiful deers and say goodbye to the lovely herdsmen who are so welcoming. 再见. And having a big, beautiful smile on his face all the time. 车上就我们3个人，不要有其他人。
好，太有趣。
老师，车上就是我们3个人上去吧？对。我们和何老师上去就可以了。
说完了吗？
没有呢，我们现在上制高点。何老师您认识吗？Okay guys, so now we are back in the car. Leah, how is the signal? How is the internet? Good, amazing. And we're going to go up to the highest peak. But first, let me put my seatbelt on. Because the road is always quite bumpy. So let me put on my seatbelt. And Leah, be careful on the road. It is Monday morning in China. The weather is about 50 degrees Fahrenheit. You can tell that even though in Beijing we had some really hot summer days, but in here it's always quite cool, no matter which days it is. And the time is about 11 a.m. in the morning. So we'll let Leah show you some beautiful views in the front. This place is of very high altitude. This part of the mountain is on the border of the Tibetan Plateau. And the highest mountain in the world is 8,848 kilometers. But in here, we can already get to 4,000 kilometers above sea level. So the high altitude and the steep mountains created for the local people here to get a better life because of extreme difficulty of building roads, getting electricity, water, and all the necessities of your daily life. However, the local people works very well with the government, and they are a hard-working group of people as well. The government has connected water, connected electricity, internet, and roads. They have paved concrete roads here 3-5 years ago so that cars can drive in. And the government has thought about using their natural beauty to bring visitors to raise income for the locals here. So more than 10 different scenic spots have been started here. The major one is the Yading Nature Reserve that we saw earlier end of last week. And you can see there are a village in front on your right. 可不可以放大那个村庄呀？继续走。So you can see these people all live in small villages, and they know to choose a nice open space inside the valley where they get most of the sun to build their village. Looks like I'm getting some signal on my phone, and let me see if I can read your comments now. Amazing. I can see your comments now, everyone, thanks to the internet. So I can see Jessie sending so much love hearts. Thank you so much, Jessie, and sending the K emoji. Dustin is saying this view is great. Thank you, Dustin. Yes, the views are great. Guys, I can see your comments now, so ask any questions that you want about the topic today and reply in the comment section as much as you can. Share this live stream as well. We are going very close to the clouds, everyone. We are reaching the clouds, 4,000 meters above sea level. Kenny says, being this far out, some of the locals started hotel for tourists and come and stay for the site. Kenny, really good question and very on point as well. Other than the deer center that they have built, this place has also started a very vibrant local Airbnb services. Some of the more advanced thinking villages have already started to make part of their own house into an Airbnb or building a brand new house to welcome visitors. When they build houses, the government will connect water, electricity, and everything free of charge, which is a great incentive for them to start hotel businesses. Yesterday we spoke to some villages, and one of the local entrepreneurs said that her biggest wish is for more people to come and get to know her hometown, and also for more people to fall in love with the local mountain produce. In the mountains, they have a lot of fungus, all different types of mushrooms that are so yummy for people to eat, usually in summertime. If you turn to your right, you can also see we're going up and up, higher and higher, and we're closer and closer to the clouds. 何老师还有多久？So looks like we have another 2 minutes before we reach the highest point. And Leah is showing you this beautiful Qingke field. Qingke is highland barley, which is sort of like a wheat produce, but only in high altitude places. Before the poverty alleviation policy was issued, the locals only can rely on the local produce. For example, day to day they eat highland barley cake, highland barley tea, and they have some yak milk to drink as well. And during fungus season, they go up the mountains to pick up some mushroom to eat. However, now after the poverty alleviation policy, the government has built small greenhouses for each of the households. So it doesn't matter which season, and doesn't matter how the temperature is, and doesn't matter how harsh the weather is, they can always grow fresh vegetables to eat. So from no vegetables to having vegetables every day. James says that he loves the mountains in the background. Yes, totally. We also love the beautiful background of the mountain, and we are very looking forward to get off the car once we reach the high point. Are there farmers who grow barley for customers outside of China? Not yet, because these are not normal barley, these are highland barley, only grow for daily consumption of the locals. Because they don't have many things here, so they make a lot of things with barley. For example, barley tea, barley cake, and they brew this hot tea with yak milk, and they dip the barley cake inside to drink and eat. Amazing. So let's get off the car, and we're showing you a local village. Get off the car with us, and we're showing you a local Tibetan village. Let's go. So guys, check out these households. These are, and please let me know if you can still hear me and see me. Amazing. So guys, here we are at the highest point of the Ziding village. These mountains are above 4,000 meters above sea level. And you can see the mountains have a belt of beautiful clouds hanging around. A pity that we have a lot of clouds today, because yesterday we had a huge rainfall. Otherwise, we could see the peak of the snow mountains from here as well. So just now we were looking up. Now looking down. Looking down, you can see these are the beautiful highland barley. Because of the rainfall yesterday, you can still see some morning dew. Let's shake it. It's so beautiful. Do you enjoy the vast fields of the highland barley field? Let us know in the comment section. Because of its harsh climate, the water is not as nutritious as low altitude places, and it's usually very cold, and the oxygen is limited in high altitude places, so only this type of highland barley are easier to grow. And back in the days, that's the only sort of plants that villagers can eat. their own field of fresh vegetables, and they now enjoy different types of meat as well. So let's keep going, and if we are lucky, we can go and visit one of the households of the local people here as well, if we are lucky. And guys, if you remember, when we were in the Yading Natural Reserve, we saw the Mani Dui structure. It's sort of a praying structure for the local Tibetan ethnic group. And you can see that those kind of structure are scattered inside the villages as well. A really beautiful sight. In front of you is the Mani Dui, the prayer sort of stupa, and behind you is the beautiful barley fields, and far behind are the mountain ranges. And come with me, I'll tell you about the structure of the Tibetan houses. And let me ask if there's one of the house that we can go in and have a quick visit, if the internet permits. So usually the Tibetan houses would have 3 levels all across the Tibetan people area. 你好，你好。So this is a grandma. And 干嘛呢？她在干嘛？在打水。Oh, she's getting some water to go to her village. 你好，她多大了？70. So she is about 70 years old, and we do love her. However, I don't have any gifts with me, so we can only say hi to her and wish her good luck. 扎西德勒，扎西德勒。So remember, every time when you see a Tibetan person, remember to say 扎西德勒. It will be a way of showing welcoming to them. 这个家能进去看一下吗？哦 so if we can't go into any of the houses, we can go up this road, and I'll tell you more about the Tibetan house structure, guys. Stan is here, and James is here, Michelle is here. We have Valerie here watching as well. Thank you, Valerie. So usually the Tibetan households have, Leah, you don't have to go here because of the mat. I will go. They have 3 levels. The first level are for the living stocks. The first level are for livestock. And the second level are people. The family will live in the second level. And in the upper level, the third level will be a storage. And all across the different Tibetan ethnic background areas I have visited, all of the houses are of these 3 levels. First one will be livestock, second one people, and the third one will be storage. That these houses are all built with stones and mud, concrete, and they store their firewood on top of the wall as well. Very different structure from what we can see otherwise in different types, in different areas of China. This is a vast area of barley field. It is so amazing. Oh, 这是什么？
这是牛具组件。
So.
这具以后就是打造民俗这个地方。
啊。
然后这个呢就是一个观
So this is a path that is still under construction. Sorry, I've had too much to eat for breakfast. This is when it finishes construction, we can actually walk on it. So if you guys love hiking, you can hike all the way from the bottom of the mountain up to the highest point. So this whole village will be a place where people can visit. 请问这个小村庄大概多少户人家呀
61户。
61户。So this village that we are in right now has only 61 households. Very small village, 61 households, and their lives will be improved from now on by the tourism businesses, Highland barley selling to visitors, yak, meat, and also the deer that we saw in the first half of the live stream. So let's have a look at this side of the mountain. Imagine if you were living in these beautiful places. And one thing I would like to point out is this is also improving or starting tourism here is also a great way of bringing young people back to the village, because you can see this village is of 61 households. However, it is so quiet on a Monday morning. Only you can see that Granny was doing her business here, because all of the young people in this village, they would go to the city or the center of the county in shops to find a job. So they're living a bit far away from their own family because there's nothing to be found here, no jobs, no visitors. However, when tourism is booming in this area, all of the young people in the 61 households can come back to the village, and they can reunite with their family and find their job inside their local village, which is a lot better than the option right now. All of this type of strategies, localized business, using all natural resource to start tourism, as well as maintaining environment. All of this type of 你好，能进去看吗？进去？不，进去看看。
这是没人住。
哦，没有人住，可以进去看看吗？哦，好的。So all of these great type of strategies are implemented everywhere in China. I was asking the granny whether we can go into the house and have a look. However, no one is living there anymore. So she said no, but it's okay. In China, extreme poverty can usually be found in these kind of rural places. And back 4 years ago, we still have nearly 100 million people living under poverty in China. But now, even though coronavirus has affected the implementation of some of the policies, but China has finished most of its targets before the middle of 2020 of alleviating all extreme poverty across China. So there are only 5 million people left by the end of this year to be lifted out of poverty. And we will keep reporting to you how China is hitting its target of zero poverty. You can see we can go a little bit inside. This is the biggest Highland barley field that I've seen. So standing in the highest point of the Ziding village next to the Lucky Mani Dui Stupa and in front of the beautiful highland barley fields, I would like to say with Leah as well, a good luck and a good wish to everyone who is watching today. Please remember to like and share as much as you can, and we will see you the day after tomorrow, because tomorrow we'll be catching a plane to another state inside the Sichuan province, and we will be organized on Tuesday night, your time in America, and different times all around the world, to show you more of the beautiful place in the west of Sichuan. And now we're saying goodbye to you, and let's follow the grandma to go around the Mani Stupa. Bye bye everyone. Thank you so much for watching today.